Welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie Rose. And as you enter this sacred space, you are welcome here. May your heart be filled with love and joy. And let all negative, resentful feelings leave you. Release them. Let's welcome our guides, our ancestors, our gods, our guardian spirits to come and leave us with some wisdom and guidance for the coming year. It's been a few days since I've made a video. I've been called to step away from YouTube for a few days and allow the energy to kind of cycle. There was some interesting things that needed to happen and that I needed to release. And so today I'm being called to do a reading. I have a feeling, a sense that it is a medicine wheel. So I've set up our talisman, our stones, our medicine wheel here for our spirits, but it really is going to depend on them, what comes through. So I'm going to start with this deck. And these decks have already been shuffled, but woo, okay. All right, I think we have a card. The Ten of Swords. And look, it's got the triquestra right in the center there. It's the cauldron. Look at that. The cauldron of the Alwyn. Ten of Swords. So some of us seem to be facing some defeat or failure in some way. Maybe some endeavors that we've been attempting are no longer serving us, because failure is just letting us know that it's time to move a different way. Those swords are coming in to cut the cords that are binding us to things that no longer serve us. So I'm being called to place this into the north symbol. All right. So let's see, do we need another card from this deck? I'm having a little bit of difficulty shuffling at the moment, so it's telling me that we're really trying to, somebody is trying to do something that is very difficult, and they're really struggling with it. And I'm getting a sense that it's a resistance of what is. It's a resistance of what the true path is. And so I feel like there's a call to go with the flow and let your mind rest. Somebody is very deep in their thoughts, maybe over-analyzing, and just going with the flow can help to ease some of that. Taking some time to be present and really notice what is going right, what is going, maybe a gratitude list is in order. I know that really helps me when when things feel a little negative and they aren't going so well, it helps me to be able to see the good, see the things that are worth being grateful for. Oh, here we go. All right, Six of Cups. Oh, and we got another one. Oh, we've got a Judgment card. Maybe we're being a little bit too critical of ourselves or others. And I think that it's so easy to fall into that ego pattern. You know, we're taught, especially in Western culture, to often judge before we even get any knowledge. Just coming in and then judging and making snap judgments. And this rose petal kind of fell on here, so it's a guide from the divine feminine to kind of remind us that while it is important to be aware of deception, aware of the things that people are doing that are a wrong path, and sometimes it can even be helpful to them to share those things with them. It's important not to be very judgmental, and this, I'm feeling very called to remind you not to be so judgmental of yourself. You know, this kind of work is difficult. This spiritual work, this great work, is very difficult, and it's so easy for us to try to be the judge of ourselves, when really that isn't our place, and to be a little bit more accepting of the fact that we make mistakes, the fact that we are going to face failure and defeat sometimes, and it's usually just to remove things that are no longer serving us. It's a way for us to learn what is working and what is not working, and hold on to the treasures, hold on to the good stuff that's boiling in that cauldron, but release all the stuff. I mean, see all of this vapors that's going off into the atmosphere. Just release it. Let it go. The universe knows what to do with it much better than we do. And then we also have the Six of Cups. And I'm feeling guided to place this one here. So we've got the Six of Cups. Finding happiness and acquaintances. Ooh, friendships. What do you have? Yeah, really focusing on what you have. What are the things that you are finding that you're passionate about? You know, the people around you that you feel very called to, and that give you that fire, that help ignite that spark within you, and just kind of be going toward more of that rather than, you know, this kind of feeling like failure and defeat and judging, going more into and it's even like right next to the candle here, that nice fire, bringing that fire and helping to ignite that fire in others as well. And I'm going to just keep going around the medicine wheel here, letting spirits guide my hand, my words. And then I will go back in and see if we can get some clarification. All right. Four of Cups. So maybe there's some conflict. Somebody's having some conflicts with others. Let's see, can you guys see that? I'll show it up a little bit closer. Here, if you look at it like this. Feeling like we're tied, feeling like we are being bound, not able to let this go. feeling like they can't be released. Feeling like everything has to be perfect, perfection, like the world has to be perfect around us. And really, that isn't what life is about. Life has the good and the bad. And we're here to experience it. Our divine selves are here to experience that through the life we're leading. It's very difficult sometimes to I'm noticing that my incense is very, very close to burning out here. So I'm gonna get another one ready. I feel like okay, that's enough said about that. I don't being told to move on. Okay, let's move on. Keep things flowing. Keep things flowing. All right. And what do we need to know in the world of emotion and dreams? What do we need to know? Ooh, oh my. All right. That was a very oh yes. So we've got the death card. Now, death doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be a death, especially when it is upright in this way. And as most of you know who watch this channel, you know that death is just the ending of one chapter. So we're ending this cycle. And that's very pertinent to where we are in the year. And I dropped some cards on the floor, so I'm going to see what we have here. This was like a whole lot is tied to this card. There's a whole lot that we're letting go of. Yeah, we need to cut that tie. We need to cut the ties that are binding us through thought. Maybe somebody is really, really stuck in some negative thoughts that that aren't serving you. They're really, this is telling you, like, our spirit guides are really, really wanting to remind us that this is necessary death. This, we have to let it die. Cutting those cords that are keeping us tied to resentment, resending those emotions and negative thoughts to people, cutting the ties that keep them thinking about us. A lot of times when we have a conflict, you can feel, at least I can feel when others are thinking about you. It's like it gives you a little ping. And how we respond to those feelings really matters. Like how you address them as they come along. And something that really, really helps me is to use metta when those feelings, like I get pained that someone's thinking negative thoughts about me. Just sending them health, sending them happiness, sending them love, and sending them peace. I mean, that really helps so much because not only am I giving that to myself and not allowing me to feel shameful in any way about things, how things ended. But I'm also sending it to them because really that's what we're here to do, is learn to love one another. And it can be really, really hard sometimes, especially when somebody that you love um, when you feel betrayed or you feel unaccepted and you don't know why. It's okay to just send them that love, send them that happiness, send them that peace, and send them that joy, that health, that vigor, the vitality, and just hope the best for them, because it's sometimes, relationships have to end sometime, and not everyone is meant to walk your path with you through the entire thing. And we meet people along our journey that are very helpful in the moment. But there comes a time in most relationships where we really need to just let it go. Just go with the flow, let it go. All right, so I'm being called to go to the Oracle deck. Ooh, things are pretty slippy now. I think we're feeling some flow. Ooh, there's one. All right. Maybe being guided to do some watchfulness, some observation. We're here to witness humanity. We're here, and it's a 6-4. So this is some self-love through the conflict. And I'm going to go to the book to get a little bit more. And another card popped out here, but I'm going to save that for a moment. We're going to talk about this one first. And I feel like this one is right here, because that's where we are in the wheel. So I'm going to go to the book for a minute just to get some little more guidance. I haven't used this deck in a while. I love this deck very much. But all right. The witness observes without engaging in action. By cultivating inner stillness, we are able to assess any situation from a higher perspective and make better decisions. When we can be present for someone else's difficulties with stillness, yes, the stillness instead of reaction, instead of the judgment, just finding the stillness and presence, then we're able to truly hear them and give better advice. Sometimes we can be so still that we are a mirror for the other. Then, through our presence, they receive their own answers. And since this is a medicine wheel, I'm going to go ahead and read the medicine for it. It says, acknowledge your preconceptions, ideas, and feelings about the situation you're in, but resist the urge to change any of it. Do not fall back into your controlling patterns. Instead, take a few breaths and connect with the joy of not having to perform. Hold space for the world to keep spinning on its own. So just being present and being okay, no need to control anything. Control is all an illusion. It's an illusion the ego places on us. And let's see, we also got the Sun card, which is a 53. So we've got some sun energy here. Oh, the sun came out this morning. It was really cloudy when I went out for my walk, and when the sun came out, it was so warm. It felt so good on my skin. I just stood and gave a prayer of gratitude, sun salutation, and so grateful for that moment. And it's been a very warm winter here, so I haven't been as grateful for it as I should be. So it's always good to show that gratitude, because goodness gracious, where would we be without the sun and that energy? Have you been hibernating? Ooh, have you been hibernating? Have you been introspective? It's time to come out of your cave and savor the life-giving light of our star. Maybe somebody needs to get out and take a walk, maybe out in nature. There's a lot of feathers in her headdress. Someone is telling me there are some birds that you need to pay attention to. Somebody's been seeing a lot of birds, and they are trying to give you a message through the birds, or the birds themselves are giving you a message. So it's really important that you're actually listening and paying attention when you see birds, and just kind of try to figure out what they're saying. And that can be so fun to try, like, figure out what they're saying. The sun rekindles your passion and your creative energy. Life is calling you to shine your light and to add your lightness and humor to the seriousness around you. Get out and play. So this place is made for us to play, and we get so sucked into. I'm being asked to remove this card from the spread now. I think we're going to release that. We're going to let that go, let go of that judgment. And now we're going to play. We're going to have some fun. It's okay to laugh. We take things too seriously. It really is time to get out there and play, and let that inner child just run. Feel the sun on your skin. We need that vitamin D. Somebody is really needing to get out and feel the sun on your skin. Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm just feeling like such a warmth on my skin right now. Like, somebody is going to get a huge recharge just from doing that. Like, all you have to do is just walk outside, and you are going to get so much from that experience. Open your heart, is I'm hearing. Open your heart. All right. Have you been shining your light for too long? Remember that daylight is only one half of the day. The night must also have her equal time, and she offers us her gifts as well. Be careful not to be blinded by your light or the light of others. Do not become enamored with yourself or worship others. Beware of your shadow. So getting that sun is going to help somebody. Somebody is going to be really, really helped. Somebody's been dealing with a lot of shadow work, and the nighttime wants you not to forget that you also need those moments of darkness. But I'm feeling like an urge to open the curtains. So maybe you don't even need to go outside. Maybe you just really need to open your curtains. Like, I'm seeing like a really like dark blanket that is over the like tacked to the wall, and it's blocking the light from reaching you. There's a guide that is really trying to reach you and cannot do so because the light needs to be shined into your house. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Maybe pull that blanket aside. I'm seeing a hand like pulling it aside. All right. Do not be afraid of the waning of the light at dusk. So not to be scared when the light disappears. Like, don't fixate on this so much. Like, allow it to come into your life, and then allow it to go to sleep. And just remember that the light is within you, but you do need to be recharged. You're experiencing a little bit of a like a depletion, like you're feeling a little bit depleted. So go and recharge that today. All right. Where are we going? We got. All right, we've got mystical shaman and ghost dance, and I'm feeling like these are together here. So let's see if I can place them in here. So the shaman is calling us to ghost dance. A 38 and a 22. So finding some balance. Balance. And I'm going to ring the bell. Oh, goodness. Didn't set that correctly. Yeah, we're feeling really imbalanced. Did you see that knock over? Somebody's feeling really imbalanced. somebody's not really feeling the flow of the cycle. Somebody's getting stuck somewhere, and it's somewhere dark. Just know that we love you. Like, I love you, and your guides love you so much. I'm being called to share that with you, to make sure you know that you are so loved and you are not alone. And just because you get a little stuck, remember, don't be judgmental. Just let that card go away. We don't need to be judgmental of ourselves. We're just facing a little bit of stuck energy here, and we can easily get that to flow, just like the smoke flows into the universe. Oh, just release that. I feel that. Bless your heart. What you're going through feels so, so difficult. All right. The ghost dance of the American Plains united the spirits of the living with those to the ancestors to bring peace to the world. When the ancestors are honored, they bring harmony to us all. Somebody in your past is reminding you of this, and this person may have been a shaman. You may have a shaman in your ancestry that is reminding you to find a balance back into your cycle. Let's see. This is an invitation. I'm feeling called to read the invitation here. The ancestors have a message of healing and a powerful medicine to offer you. Create a sacred moment at your altar. Light a candle to them and let their wisdom infuse you. At this stage in your life, you are done repeating their tragic stories. Step into the abundance that is offered to you. Receive the gifts of those that have come before you and write a new story for your life. So remember that their story is their story and your story is your story. And while we can take a lot of wisdom from those other stories, we can take wisdom from books, we can take wisdom from the cards, we can take wisdom from our ancestors. But remember that your story, you are writing it right now. It is being written. I'm hearing, stop dwelling in the past. Yeah, we don't want to live in the past. Be creative and manifest. I'm really being drawn to the 38 right now. 3 is a creativity, and 8 is manifesting. So do something artistic and something balanced. Maybe this is a call to look at symmetry and finding a good balance of symmetry. Something's feeling really asymmetrical lately. If you are trapped in a vicious cycle of nostalgia, mourning a lost youth, or opportunities missed, it is time to make an altar to the ancestors. Collect a few photos, light some incense, offer sage. And I just want to mention, like, sage is a great offering, but I'm being called to remind that sage isn't the only thing we can offer. Like, offer what you have. Like here on this altar, I have sprinkled some flowers. This is a beautiful mix that I got at a local shop. Good Vibes Flower Power Tea. So to bring in some good vibes, make an offering of whatever you have on hand. You don't necessarily have to go out of your way to go get things that you don't have. So if you don't have sage, maybe you have some in your pantry. You can do sage, but remember that you can offer other things as well. And open the windows of your house to release them to their destiny and to the wind. All right, open those windows. That's a confirmation. Be wary of being snared in a relationship with someone from a past lifetime, as the people we loved or hurt have a way of reappearing in our lives. So if you're not learning the lesson that you needed to learn when you were with them, they may make a reappearance. So it's important to really, really acknowledge the lessons as they come. And because the final sentence here says there is no learning for you there anymore. So there's a lesson in what you've experienced that really needs to be looked into, and with the windows open, not alone. Well, I mean, even if you are alone, you aren't alone. All right, I'm being asked to move on. That's enough to be said about that, I guess. Oh, okay. Wow. All right. See if I can grab these without the rainbow and the hunter. I love this card so much. I think that's some sort of a parakeet. So somebody really needs to be paying attention to birds. I mean, we all do. Birds can give you so much wisdom. It is really important to pay attention to what guidance they give you. But birds keep making a prominent appearance. Like she even here in the shaman, I'm not sure if it's a female or male, has these feathers. And then there's another bird here in the moonlight. Somebody's being gifted some messages about emotion through birds. And here we've got feathers here too. And we've got the feathers here. And even the death card, he's got a bird head. His head is a bird. All right. So let's focus on the rainbow and the hunter. Being called to, okay, so we've got a 27 and we've got a 41. 27, a balance in our intuition. So finding a balance in listening to our intuition, letting it be the guide. Somebody's been listening to their head a little bit too much, perhaps. All right. I'm being called to read the medicine for the hunter. Don't settle for the roadkill. It could be poison. Be careful that you do not become prey of your desires and fantasies. Remember you to not want more than you need, so you are not guided by unbridled ambition. It is okay to come home empty-handed. So the journey of the hunter, rather than the ultimate goal, needs to be focused on. Like looking into the past or looking into the future, that brings suffering. But living outside of that, that's the opposite of consciousness. Our whole goal is to be conscious. And we can only be conscious in this present moment, right now. And anytime we're ruminating in the past like this, or we are dwelling in the future here, we are causing ourselves to suffer, because the person we are, the actual person that we are, is not being really paid attention to. And that's the only person we are. We're right here and now. That's it. That's all we are. We are in eternity right now, in this moment. And so you're being called to really find some presence and really get within your body and experience everything. Like the food you're eating, like the way you feel right now, like just without judgment, don't judge your thoughts. Don't be upset with yourself for accidentally getting into the past and ruminating, or getting into the future and future tripping. Just keep reminding yourself to come back to this space. All right, and then 41. The rainbow symbolizes the 7 steps of a true spiritual path. which manifest as the colors of the 7 chakras. In the Himalayas, the rainbow body is seen as the full realization of our essence. The rainbow also represents the bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds. At the end of our lives, we can journey across the rainbow bridge to the highest heavenly realms. When the rainbow appears, it is an affirmation that all is well and that you are in the right relationship with spirit. Ooh, I just got a chill of like some breeze, like a very nice breeze. I don't know what that means yet. We'll come back to it. All right, the rainbow tells you that the end of the storm is near. Persevere and remember that it is darkest just before the dawn. Do not give up hope. Things are about to take a positive turn. Listen for the morning rooster that announces the coming of the dawn, even while the night is still darkest. But do not claim victory yet, nor let your guard down fully. So keep vigilance, right? And you can really only be truly vigilant when you are being present. Otherwise, you're future tripping and you're worried about things that may never happen. You're living in a dream and an illusion. So come back to that present moment. Really, really focus on being present and being vigilant and aware of what's going on around you. And letting old things go. So new beginnings, a lot of new beginnings here. Let's kind of recap. So we're going to let go of the defeat and despair. We're kind of like, we're boiling a cauldron of things that need to be released. And there's some wonderful, wonderful things in that cauldron that really need to be retained. I mean, you need to keep your cauldrons full. If you feel like you have a cauldron that is tipped over, you've lost a lot, you need to get out in the sun. You need to let that sun shine on you and let you recharge. And also I feel like the moon is also playing a part here. Allowing that cycle to really fill you up and recharge the parts of you that are feeling empty. Realizing how much you have, being grateful for all of the wonderful blessings that you have. Letting go of the past and honoring our ancestors, but not living for them. I mean, we're living for love. And so being in that past, you can't really, I mean, we can love them and we can allow them to guide us in ways, but sometimes I can see the shaman here is just releasing this spirit. It's okay to let it go. It's okay to let those things go. And it's okay to not feel okay. But really, really focus on some balance and making the offerings that you need to make that allow you to kind of let that go with love and honor and holding them sacred. And then just focusing on being present and we get to be reborn. You're reborn into this moment, into this very moment you are reborn. All right. So I am going to pull just one more card, and this is, we're going to call in our dragon energy. Oh, what do you have to tell us, dragons? Oh, okay, I got one. Here we go. The mind of dragons. Mind of dragons. Let we dragons take your worries from you. We will help find a solution that will easily flow to fit your situation. And remember that all of our situations are different. So your situation is going to easily flow for you. Be empowered now and feel your ability to solve problems begin to grow. Your ability to solve problems begins to grow. So I feel like the mindset of having problems can create problems. Like that's just a mindset that sometimes we get into, where we think we have a lot of problems. And yeah, it feels like when you're in the midst of all of the problems, it's good to just take a breath and just let it go. And realize that you don't really have any problems. You have challenges, challenges that are going to teach you something. I want to remind you how very loved you are. Your guides love you so much, and I can feel it. They're sending it to you constantly. And through this cycle, over the next few days of getting up, opening your curtains, letting some sunlight in, being with friends and recognizing the things you're grateful for, or even just being with your guides, with your ancestors, like really, really feeling that love. Going through this cycle for the next few days is going to just make those problems just fall away. They're just going to fall away one by one. You're going to just and you can release them. Right now, you can say with me, I release my problems to Source. Please give me victory over them so that my strength, hope, and light can bring strength, hope, and light to others. And so it is. So it is. So it shall be. And I'm going to ring the bell. Let's ring that in. Oh, very many blessings to you all. I love you all so much. And blessed new beginnings to you.